Well, it's good to see everybody. Obviously, hey, came out on top in a hard fought battle against a really good team, and I'm super proud of our guys. And over these seasons, you got to be able to win multiple ways. And obviously, UCLA, was able to get that game at their tempo, but I think we were comfortable the whole time. Maybe except for that last minute when we were trying to ride out that lead, but other than that, I think we were comfortable the whole time, which is a good sign. A good sign for our guys. And you know, obviously, I've been thinking a lot lately, about where we're at as a program, and me being in my second year, and obviously expectations and standards are really high, which is great, and I always welcome that. But I think about like Courtney Ramey. When Dalen left us, which he 100% should have. So don't take that the wrong way. At the end of May, we were kind of stuck in a bind recruiting wise, and things weren't coming easy. And to be able to pull Courtney Ramey and Cedric Henderson out of the transfer portal, I'm really thankful for those guys. I think Courtney Ramey this week, I don't know what his stats totally were or whatever, but his impact on the game was significant. I mean, he hit some dagger threes, and his defense was outstanding in both games. So I'm super proud of those guys. Our program's going the right direction. And, hey, I'm all about winning the next game, and you guys know that. But, I just want to make sure I put that out there that I'm thankful for, Courtney and Cedric for, believing in us and giving Arizona a chance, because they've really, really helped us. And then in Kylan, obviously the impact he's making right now, I'll put him in that same boat.
What jump did you guys make defensively this week?
I just think we got more aggressive. We got more aggressive. I think our guys got a little more attentive to the scouting reports. We take pride in trying to do a good job scouting and giving our guys advantages. And, I think our guys really embrace that, I think, even, you talk about the lineup change, bringing Pella off the bench. You're arguably bringing one of your better defenders off the bench who's very versatile. He can guard fours, he can guard point guards, he can guard centers. And Cedric's been playing with great defensive energy as well, kind of in that starting role. So, I just think the guys got a little more attentive, and I thought all along our team had real defensive potential. But there's lots of ways to win games. And usually it's a cumulative effort between your offense, your rebounding, and your defense. And so I'm happy to see where we're at. And listen, I look at that score, and even though I don't have my glasses on right now, I can't see it. Where I wonder if they stopped the game at halftime. Because it's in the 50s. So we don't have many games in the 50s. We've been able to win a game in the 50s against a team like UCLA, and it says something about our guys.
Feel, Tommy, then that this was the best defensive performance of the season, or were there?
I would say the best defensive weekend. I think you put the two games together. I think it was our best defensive weekend.
Just speaking on those two big games, how important are those two wins for you at this point in the season?
Which two games?
The last two.
They're huge. You're going game by game, and you're in a conference, regular season conference, season. I told our guys I'm proud of them. And, obviously UCLA's first loss, and we've had a couple, 3. So I told our guys, we still haven't earned the right to talk about a Pac-12 championship. You got to earn that right. And that's not something you talk about. And I don't talk about winning regular season championships. You don't just throw that statement out there. It's got to really, really, really mean something, and you got to really, really give yourself a chance. And, we took a step today, but you know what? We got to go up and play those Washington schools next week, and both of them, to be honest with you, got the better of us down here. So, so we got a lot of work to do.
How do you assess Umar's performance? He really had to kind of fight that first half, and they were setting him to the line.
Yeah, he actually really saved us in the first half. Just, I think we went 8 of 10 from the line, and that really, when we were struggling offensively, and I think he had 8 of our 26 points were from the line. That's huge, and we've seen other games where he hasn't made, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. So Umar, he gets a ton of credit for hanging in there. I'm sure he wished he would have finished a little bit better, but he played great. That game's a battle. It's a crazy, physical, hand-to-hand combat type game, and he did a good job, and Zoo kind of responded in that second half as well.
What was the explanation you got on the goaltending, or the alleged goaltending?
That it wasn't a goaltend. That's I didn't get any explanation other than that it wasn't a goaltend. We had a great officiating crew, and I was on them pretty hard tonight, but they did a great job, and I have tons of respect for those officials, and if they reviewed it that long, and that's the conclusion they came with, I mean, I'm going to be okay with it. I might have liked the foul, on the first dunk, but they didn't call it. So, I mean, you can't review that, and they claim there wasn't a foul, so they're probably right.
What are the odds of limiting Tiger and Hawkes to 10 of 35 shooting?
I mean, I had no idea they shot that much. If you play great defense, probably pretty good, and our guys, I thought, played great defense today. I thought they played great defense, and, we did a good job of trying to direct shots away from those guys. Even though they took 35 shots, we wanted those role players to see if they could impact the game, and they made a few plays, but I think our guys did a great job defensively and making it hard on them.
You were saying earlier in the year that Courtney, with his obviously he proved himself as a defender at Texas, but that he wasn't quite meshed in with your system. I mean, is he?
He's made huge progress. He's made huge progress. I mean, he and I are on the same page now, and it was nothing intentional. He just had different habits. And, it takes time to kind of break down some of those habits and get on the same page with what we want to do. But he was, tremendous. I mean, he took on two, all-conference type point guards this weekend and did an exceptional job on both of them.
You said the team practiced more aggressively on defense. How do you, as the head coach, spark that kind of aggressiveness?
Well, I mean, I just told guys, I'm tired of them sitting back. Start out possessions tough. Make it hard early in the possession and then ride it out. You don't want to be a team that plays a first 10 seconds of a shot clock kind of soft and conservative and then think you can amp it up, from Jump Street. Let's go. That was my message.
Uba picked up his fourth personal late in the first half. Would you say that was the turning point in a sense?
I mean, I didn't even realize that. I mean, probably not. I mean, for me, he was probably protecting Bona at that time. And, we put a lot of foul pressure, in and at the rim. And Umar's a tough guy. I mean, I don't know how many fouls he drew tonight. What's that say? 8? Yeah. Looks like a 6 to me, but I don't have my glasses on. But, he has an 8. So, I mean, that's a problem for teams. And so, it gets us closer to the bonus. And, I wish we would have taken a little bit better advantage of that tonight, but we didn't. And, I don't know if 4 on him is a turning point or not because, it looked like to me Bona got to play a lot in that second half, especially down the stretch of the game.
You mentioned getting Ramey and Henderson out of the transfer portal to kind of make up that loss for Dalen. 10 years ago, how would you have fixed a problem like that? Would it have had to have been the JC route, try to find a late high school kid?
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been one of those, international kid, a junior college kid. There used to be, prep schools, you used to recruit out of, and that would be the deal. Or you would have taken a transfer and had him redshirt the year before, and so he'd be coming the next year. I mean, that was kind of how we used to do things.
Seems like a couple of your statements are more big picture than you usually like to go. Usually we try and get that out of you. And you're just, was there something?
But I save those for you and my one-on-ones.
Sometimes, yeah. But I mean, it seems like, I don't know. Was there anything else besides maybe them not playing to the level you'd like that kind of prompted you to kind of look at a bigger picture?
Oh, I mean, believe it or not, Bruce. I mean, I do always say day to day, but I also am running a tremendous program in an organization. So I'm always thinking big picture, but I think big picture, but I also understand the only way to be good in this business is being good day to day. You can't be so focused on the big picture that you're missing the now. And I'm always looking big picture.
Thoughts on playing 7 guys today?
We won. Great. I told those other guys, hey, this is how it goes, some of these games. And, I think we need to tighten up that rotation a little bit. And, we need an 8th and 9th guy to step up, but they got to earn it.
Getting back to the Umar situation, did you feel in the second half that your guards needed to be more aggressive with the drive to maybe take a little bit of the pressure off?
Yeah, I mean, they were really pressuring us, and we couldn't, move the ball freely. So, our guards, they got to take advantage of that. And you got to kind of fight force with force. You see if you can pick up a hand-checking foul. See if you can drive a closeout and create an advantage. And, it was far from perfect. But for that most part in that offense, our offense, I thought, was pretty good in the second half until, the last couple minutes we're trying to nurse that lead.
UCLA had 18 offensive rebounds, but only got 9 second chance points. While I know that the impetus is to get that loose ball or the miss, when they get the second chance, what are you expecting from your guys?
Well, you keep battling. You keep battling, and whether you try to strip the guy or maybe put a guy on the line here and there. You just keep battling, and we knew their bigs are really good players, but maybe not proficient finishers. So you just got to stay in the play.
Question. Think of the just atmosphere out there. Not only just the loudness, but a lot of police presence here. It seemed like nothing was out of hand. Did you?
You're asking me crazy questions. I have no idea. Police.
touching me
And well,
towards the end of the game.
hey,
Like,
I told him keep their eyes on Bruce. That's what I told him. So I don't even notice. So hey, amazing crowd, and you know what? Amazing crowd. Noon tip. I mean, Mikhail was rocking, and we got a beautiful day in Tucson, and this is a special place to be, and hopefully everybody enjoys their night.